welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, A Humorous Request for an Apology After Finding the Evidence. And a big shout out to Chris for sending me this story. And guys, this story I'm about to go over, or better described as this post I'm going to go over, is written by a guy who spent obviously a number of years with a woman who is a narcissist. And as they typically go, they make the guy's life a living hell. And you're going to see it's going to be all sorts of things to make his life miserable, and of course cheating is a huge part of it. And he's essentially writing online all the stuff that she did to him in a giant list of 56 different things over the course of their relationship. And he's doing this kind of a ways to expose her and make her look like a fool and all that. And that'd be a pretty entertaining one to go over here and to show you a lot of the crap that can go on in these awful relationships. Now, I'm sure you guys are thinking at this point, 56 things, SSM, why on earth would this guy stick around so long to deal with all that? And that is a very good point. Only a guy who obviously needs some freaking help. A guy that really needs to work on his own self-worth, self-esteem, and all that. But the thing is that I do these things to show guys the type of crap that happens out there, which is shocking to lots of people. And that's why I always encourage guys to do everything they can to become the best they can be. Build themselves up, but work on their self-esteem, self-worth, so that way when people like this come into their lives, if they can't spot them right away, that eventually when they start the BS behavior, they can kick them to the curb, and they'll do it and not feel like, well, this person is as good as it's going to get, so I'm just going to put up with these things. You see what I mean? So between building guys up and sharing these stories, that will help a lot of men out there, because there are a lot of guys that do need help. But anyhow, I'm going to go through this thing here. It's definitely interesting, to put it to you that way. So it says here, my sense of humor has helped me cope with my former partner's abuse. Her behavior would be considered cruel by most. I'm not shaming anyone, just stating the facts. Dude, own it. Yes, you are shaming her, and she deserves that. I would respectfully thank the moderators in advance for their understanding. This really happened to me. Writing is what I do, so please read on. When you're in a relationship with an abuser who scored high on the narcissist SAT, things can get weird. Your tormentor doesn't care if you know that they are lying as long as you don't question them. Give your narcy partner any grief over their selfishness and they will punish you. My partner always took careful notes when I share my personal feelings with them. Narcissists do that in case you require a compliance tune-up. They will threaten to expose you with whatever emotion or information you trusted them with to get you to go along. It's hard not to let them win if you have trouble staying mad for more than one day. My ex knew I was a peacemaker and she took full advantage. So again, why the hell was this guy with her for so long? But he said right there, I'm a peacemaker. Sounds to me like he's a guy who obviously was passive and let things go, and who the hell knows, you know? And I get the impression he's not super young, so he has some life experience. He says, I was never very good at fighting dirty, gaslighting, or blame shifting. You mean you're a decent person? I do know quite a bit about technology. I shared that story earlier about how I cracked my former partner's secret picture and video code. This list was compiled from that evidence which she could not deny. Narcissists never apologize. If the evidence is good enough to expose them, they leave. Here is a portion of the list of things I asked my partner to apologize for after finding the evidence. And he says here, Dear such and such, not her real name, we aren't together anymore because I see no path forward with even a friendship. You need to be accountable for what you did to me and your lack of respect for our partnership. Please apologize for the following list, which I limited to the evidence I recently found. So this list is only some of the things he found out that she did over the duration of their relationship. Now listen to this. Number 1. Secretly meeting with your ex to share intimacy and worship Satan. Okay. The altar looked impressive, but you should have told me your love of Lucifer before our marriage. You maintained a 20-year affair with your ex. You screamed in rage at what you called my jealousy whenever we discussed it. So he's married 20 years to her. I forgot that part. Number 2, the thousands of fights we had over something that really did go on. Number 3, maintaining a storage space that always required your attention so you would always have an excuse when cheating and running late for dinner or a meeting. Number 4, being late for every meeting, every dinner, every time. Well, that shows she has no respect for you. Number 5, sending masked pictures of your cheating directly to me to make yourself feel clever and superior. She was actually sending pictures, proving it with masks. Oh, pictures of it, but with people on there to not show who the faces were. Well, we're already at 5 things, and it's like, why the hell is he still with her? Any divorce, even if he got taken to the cleaners and got 90% of his asses taken away from him, would be better than staying with this. And he ended divorced anyway. Number 6, calling everyone we know to tell them that I was a crazed lunatic when I confronted you about your lies. You threw me under the bus, went to the police to make me feel intimidated. I told no one of our difficulties. Number 7, cheating with 5 husbands in our old neighborhood. She cheated with 5 dudes in their own fucking neighborhood. Number 8, coming to hear my band play and cheating in the bathroom while I was on stage. Number 9, cheating with my fellow band members. Am I to believe he just found this all out at once? Number 10, cheating with my best friend who joined us on vacation. Number 11, convincing me to let one of your girlfriends join us on a cruise and then telling me to share the room with the kids so you could scissor on the high seas with your girlfriend. Again, you actually went along with this dude. You know, I gotta say, nobody should be treated in these types of ways. Nobody deserves that. I don't care who it is. But there's a point when one stays and puts up with this so long, there's a point where you can't feel as bad for him after a while, you know? Number 12, not mentioning to me that you also prefer women. I think I'm okay with that, but you should have mentioned it. Dude, whether she's interested in other guys or the women, that ain't cool, ain't good for a marriage. Number 13, seducing my 20-something nephews who joined us on our vacation. Number 14, seducing your son's basketball coach and maintaining a relationship with him. Number 15, seducing the guy next door who raised dogs. Number 16, seducing the guy who rented a room in our house. Number 17, the salesman from north of where we live who worked at the flooring place. Number 18, the guy who owned the dog's grooming business. Man, talk about the town bicycle. Number 19, the multiple people at you at your ex-satanic gatherings. Number 20, the guy who runs the used tire shop. Number 21, begging me to take you back for 2 years and then making my life hell. So at one point he did get rid of her, but then the same crap happened again. Imagine that. What I tell you, once a cheater, always a cheater. Number 22, for the 3 men during the first 6 months of our reconciliation who kept coming to our home. She was doing guys in their home too, huh? Number 23, sneaking your ex up to my house to have sex. 24, secretly videotaping me to prove I'm crazy when I was pleading with you to stop cheating. Smack! I probably should have smacked about 19 times already, pleading with her to stop cheating. It's not going to work that way. Nobody respects somebody who begs and pleads and whines. 25, attaching the sound of my voice to SCX videos you made with others to increase your enjoyment. Talk about twisted here. What I see is that obviously she's an a-hole, but she saw his weakness, and that weakness made her just so repulsed, she wanted to punish him. 26, choosing to sleep with your ex the night before you moved away. 27, cheating with the guy who runs the secondhand store 2 miles down the road. Good Lord, what the hell's her final number? 28, cheating with the goofball around the corner who rides the moped. Well, that's it. It's one thing if it's a basketball coach or the guy trains dogs, but if it's the guy in the moped, then that is it. We are done, honey. 29, meeting the moped riding goofball for oral sex the night before you left for rehab. Of course she had to go to rehab. What a surprise. 30, gaslighting and blame shifting your way to stardom. 31, the 20 years of satanic good times with your ex, who I call Little Nicky. Okay. 32, all the trips to the bar bathroom while I was playing guitar. 33, having sex with my best friend. Well, he mentioned that already, unless this is another best friend. Who are these people that he considers his friends and his bandmates that are hooking up with her? 34, using your storage space as an excuse when you want to cheat. 35, never cleaning out your storage space. Number 36, cheating with Tim, the older guy from our former neighborhood, 20 times. 37, cheating with Captain Woody, the boat captain who piloted my musical group on to the island. Really? His name's Captain Woody? 38. 4 other band members you cheated with. Again, who are these people are in the band? Do people like join his band just like it's a secret little everybody knows that if you join the band, you get to sleep with such and such wife? 39. For the additional guys in our former neighborhood. 40. For stabbing your portable pool. Let me read it. For stabbing your portable pool to get sympathy and attention from our elderly neighbors. 41. For constantly seeking attention from other men and emailing them naked photos. 42. For introducing me to men as if they were brand new friendships when you had already provided with them with oral sex several times. So she likes to rub it in his face, if you will, dudes that she's hooked up with. Yeah, I think she's punishing him. Number 43, sending me a constant flow of hidden pictures of you having sex with others to make yourself feel clever and superior. Why did you stay with her, you fucking idiot? You had a chance, obviously, to get rid of her. 44, for threatening me and screaming at me for 2 years when I found out to intimidate me so you could continue being selfish. 45, for calling my family to tell them how crazy I am when in fact you are the one being crazy. 46, for sneaking man up to my house after I took you and your mother into my home. Well, if she's nuts, I can't imagine how nuts the mother-in-law is. 47, for taking my images and videos and using them in your satanic SCX videos. Good Lord. Now, I'm almost done here. Yeah, I'm actually finally almost done here. I'm sure some of you are like, SSM, this is the biggest crock of shit I ever heard in my life. Possible, but truth is stranger than fiction. You just never know. 48, for not telling you you were into worshiping the devil with little Nicky since we met. 49, for trying to intimidate me by going to the police with your lies. Number 50, for making my life a living hell when you lived here with your constant lying and cheating. 51, for pretending I was the problem for all these years when it was all your lies. Well, that's how it works. It's always everybody else's problem, everybody else's fault. 52, for all your fake fight anger over fights we had over the years about little Nicky with your ex when the relationship was inappropriate for the entire 20 years. 53, for the guy you used to meet at the library parking lot, I think it was the kids' basketball coach. 54, the kids' basketball coach. 55, the pet grooming guy. And 56, last but not least, for treating rehab like a sandals resort and hooking up with other dudes to make your stay more enjoyable. He says, I guess that's about it. Just reach out anytime. Your pal, Sammy. So he's doing that, obviously, to get even with her. And he said, like, narcissists never like to come back when they're exposed or something like that. So, but anyhow, guys, I don't know if this is complete bullshit and a creative exercise for him, but it's fucking funny anyway. So, this is why I, again, do what I do to help guys. I share these stories and the crazy things that happen and the awful things that happen. And I teach guys that you need to have self-respect and kick these people to the curb. They start treating you with disrespect, etc., etc. But you also, as a man, have to respect yourself. You need to build yourself up to be the man you're meant to be and to be strong. And when you see people like this enter your life, and people, a-holes, are going to enter your life, you know to kick them to the curb once they start showing their true colors, because there are a-holes everywhere. And it isn't just in a romantic dating scenario. It can also be people, new friends you make, and then you find out what they're like. Maybe people you do business with, or co-workers, or hell, even family members that can make your life a living hell. There's a point you got to cut them out of your life, otherwise you're going to have crazy things happen. And it's going to happen. You're going to meet a-holes, but you got to have the strength to kick them to the curb. And when a guy doesn't think he's worth much and thinks this is as good as it's going to get, I don't have any friends, women don't like me, they take what they can get, and this is what happens. And there are a lot of wacko women out there, as there are wacko men. And you have to be prepared to get rid of them. And a lot, at least with the gals, women despise weakness. The only women that like to be with weak guys are usually the masculine, feminist ones, and they want to run the relationship. But the rest of women out there, when they see guys acting weak, hell, even the feminist ones, there are some that will deliberately do awful things to punish them for being so weak. Now, all women test, don't get me wrong. Even the best ones will test guys' their strength every now and again, but there's levels and degrees to this testing. This stuff is just pure freaking evil. And they want their guy to be strong enough to check them when they're being a-holes, call them on their crap, and stand their ground. And remember, a man has to be willing to walk away. And if he doesn't do that, and she doesn't know that, more bullshit can follow. A woman is never going to truly love a guy she doesn't respect. And a woman can't respect a guy that is going to put up with awful behavior. Just like a guy couldn't respect a woman who was putting up with awful behavior, but it tends to be a little different in that dynamic. So anyway, guys, that'll be an interesting one to go over, something a little different here. It was sent over to me, and I figured, all right, I'll go out in the rain today with the other video I did for the SSM channel and cover this one and post this tonight. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Know what you think about this. Let me know, guys. You've been in a relationship with someone that was clearly under the label of a narcissist and dealt with all sorts of crazy shit, and everything was your fault, not theirs, and it was just one thing after another, complete mental case. Let me know about it. How long did it last? Why'd you break up with her, etc., etc. And if you liked the video, share with your friends and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.